fresh every step of the way. Fresh tomato, lettuce, and onion. 2 juicy beef patties with cheese. Serving Southern California for over 30 years with quality you can taste.
In and out. That's what a hamburger is all about.
In and out. In and out.
Alright everyone, welcome to another episode of Gearhead Man. I'm Mark, your host, and today we're out at In-N-Out. Our episode is going to be on the history of In-N-Out, the restaurant, the chain. Also is going to be on their ordering speaker, which they launched in the late 40s. First fast food restaurant with that technology, and it's a pretty cool thing. I guess the next company that followed suit was McDonald's in the 50s with that technology. And we also want to focus on the current CEO, and that she drives her father's 41 Willys and drag races it because it's a gasser. It's a pretty cool deal that a CEO of a major company is drag racing, and that's a lot of pretty cool fun, huh? Also, we want to touch on also what they do in auto racing. They sponsor 2 major events in NHRA, both in California, and the last race of the year held down south in Southern California is sponsored by In-N-Out. Pretty cool. Don't get to be any cooler than that. So let me get started with my double-double. All right, let's get started on this burger. It don't get to be any better than this. Beautiful day here in Las Vegas. You can eat outdoors, not too cold, not too hot. You get hungry watching me eat, take a drive to your closest In-N-Out and bon appetit. I don't know if you saw my earlier episode. Yeah, we hit 5,000 subscribers, so this is a celebration meal here, as well as the history of In-N-Out. And if I remember right, their first location outside of California was in Nevada. Alright, I'm going to get back to eating my burger in private, and let's go ahead and start the tour, walk around, take a look at everything here at In-N-Out, take a look at their innovative drive-thru system, which started in like 1948 with the speaker, and the first fast food company to have that technology, followed by McDonald's. Alright, we'll talk to everyone later. Let's go take a walk.
Welcome to our YouTube episode exploring the fascinating journey of In-N-Out Burger, the innovation of the drive-up speaker, and the story of the iconic Willis Gasser dragster, including the CEOs who raced it. Buckle up as we take you through a fast-paced history that changed the American dining and racing landscape forever. In-N-Out Burger was founded in 1948 in Baldwin Park, California, by Harry and Esther Snyder. The Snyders envisioned a different kind of fast food experience, one that combined quality, simplicity, and speed. Their first location was a tiny drive-thru hamburger stand, but it introduced a revolutionary concept that would soon sweep the nation. In-N-Out stood out for its commitment to fresh ingredients and a pared-down menu, burgers, fries, and drinks. The company's signature not-so-secret menu and cult following grew as it expanded across California and later into neighboring states. Today, In-N-Out is synonymous with West Coast fast food culture, a testament to family ownership and unwavering quality. One of In-N-Out's most significant contributions to the fast food industry was the introduction of the drive-up speaker system. In 1948, Harry Snyder installed the first two-way speaker box in his Baldwin Park stand. This invention allowed customers to place their orders without leaving their cars, streamlining the process and making it faster and more convenient. While drive-ins with car hops already existed, In-N-Out's two-way speaker system was the first of its kind in the fast food world. The innovation soon became standard practice, transforming the way fast food restaurants served their customers and paving the way for the drive-thru culture we know today. The story of In-N-Out isn't just about burgers, it's also about a passion for speed and racing. Enter the Willis Gasser, a legendary drag racing car. The Willis Gasser, originally a 1941 Willys Coupe, became a prominent figure in the Southern California drag racing scene in the 1960s and 1970s. What makes the Willis Gasser particularly notable in the In-N-Out story is the involvement of the Snyder family. Rich Snyder, Harry and Esther's son, and later the company's president, was an avid drag racer. Along with other In-N-Out executives, Rich drove the Willis Gasser at major events, competing in the NHRA, National Hot Rod Association, as part of the In-N-Out sponsored racing team. The company's signature crossed palm trees and logo often adorned the car, making it a crowd favorite and a symbol of the brand's unique connection to car culture. Several of In-N-Out's leaders have shared a love for racing. Rich Snyder, the company's president from 1976 until his untimely passing in 1993, was especially passionate about drag racing and played a central role in the Willis Gasser's legacy. The family's involvement in motorsports continues to this day, with In-N-Out sponsoring racing events and maintaining a visible presence in the car enthusiast community. This unique blend of fast food and drag racing helped cement In-N-Out's identity, not just as a burger chain, but as an enduring part of California car culture. In-N-Out's history is a classic American tale of innovation, family values, and a love for speed, on both the grill and the racetrack. From pioneering the drive-up speaker system to burning rubber with the Willis Gasser, In-N-Out continues to inspire loyalty and excitement among fans nationwide. Next time you grab a double-double, remember, you're not just biting into a burger, you're tasting a piece of history. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit the bell for more awesome stories from the world of food, innovation, and racing.
Well, that brings the end of another episode here at Gearhead Man. And let me know what you think about In-N-Out and what you think about the history, some of the things I shared, and definitely what I shared about the 41 Willys that current CEO that Lindsay drives, races down in Southern Cal. Pretty cool car. I know her dad did it, and she had the car brought back to life so she could race it, and I think she even kind of turned it into an everyday driver. Pretty cool car. Pretty cool company. I love that they're, got a history with motorsports. They still to this day sponsor a couple big races out at in California raceways for NHRA. Matter of fact, the last race of the season is an In-N-Out sponsored race. and I'll put more links in the description about links to the webpage, links to everything tying into NHRA, and anything else I could think is interesting I'll throw down in the description. All right, everyone, thanks for watching. Thanks for being a subscriber. Definitely do not hit that red subscribe button and the bell icon, and we won't miss an episode. And we'll see you next episode. Everyone be safe out there.